7 at Virgin 847 Hub.
This is Heathrow, Britain's busiest airport, returning to the skies after taking a pounding from the pandemic.
That's the kind of shot we want to see coming back to Heathrow, full of aeroplanes.
Now...
This is the file I've had for travelling.
Why do you want to arrest you?
Because I'm not paying the money.
That's just a joke.
frustrated passengers are on the increase.
This is not social distancing. Can't you do something about it?
Heat makes people quite angry.
But Heathrow never gives up. With its long-suffering staff battling to give passengers hope every day.
It won't be long, guys. I'm just going to get the motor room, OK?
Did you see that?
Are you OK in there?
Taking pride over every arrival and departure. Dealing with the suspicious.
You couldn't take it on a flight, let's put it that way.
The luxurious.
And how much would you like to put on the card? 9,000?
And the ostentatious.
You haven't guessed, I'm an open book.
Heathrow's existence hangs in the balance. But this is still Britain's busiest airport.
This is a great spot, though, isn't it?
Kilo, thanks again for your patience. Contact London Control, non-standard frequency.
To the untrained eye, today looks like any other quiet summer Sunday at Britain's busiest airport. But look closely, and you'll notice a series of unusual movements on and around the airfield. The operational details are on a need-to-know basis, and even Heathrow's passenger service manager, Demi, is in the dark.
There's so much going on, there's so much behind the scenes. Everything is really, really strict secrecy. Probably don't have time to be dealing with people like me, to be honest with you.
All the fuss is because the so-called leader of the free world has been invited to drop in for tea at Windsor Castle. And as it's a stone's throw from the airport, today, US President Biden is going to be parking up at Heathrow rather than Stansted. But for all the razzmatazz Air Force One brings, touching down at Britain's busiest airport has had its complications in the past.
The last time a US president flew from Heathrow was a bit chaotic. 2008, because of such a high-profile flight, there was lots and lots of disruptions.
The requirements from George W. Bush & Co. were a lot tougher, such as no flights for 2 hours either side of Air Force One's arrival and departure. And all this back when passenger numbers were at their top whack. 60
flights cancelled, 250, 300 flights delayed. I think 40,000 people affected. Based on that, we're not going to do that again. So basically they've used another airport, but on this occasion, because it's so quiet, probably the effect ain't as bad as what it would be.
118-718-25.
The team in the control tower have had just 10 days to prepare for this logistical challenge, liaising with Metropolitan Police, the Air Police, Secret Service and Marine Corps. By allocating runway 27 left to the president, they've been able to bring his fleet of choppers, support jet, and finally Air Force One safely and securely down. While keeping runway 27 right open for less prestigious, but no less important departures and arrivals.
Thanks for your patience. Following up Bravo 13 into runway 27 right now.
With the nearest Uber 8 minutes away, the prospect of tailbacks on the M4 and no time to lose, Biden opts for the presidential chopper, Marine One, to drop him off at Windsor Castle, which is a bit of a disappointment for passenger experience manager Taz.
If the president was here, I'm like, listen, are you hungry? If he's hungry, I'll take him down to Wetherspoons to get a pineapple pizza. See if he's a big fan of that. If he's not, then I'm like, we can't be mates, sorry, mate.
Like Taz, Americans love their pizza. In fact, there's just under 78,000 restaurants across the USA serving up their mealtime staple. Which is perhaps one reason why Brits, pre-COVID, chose the USA as the most popular place to holiday outside of Europe, with 6 airlines flying almost 5 million visitors a year to around 30 destinations.
Where are you going to?
I'm going to Florida.
Florida?
Florida.
I can't understand.
Florida?
Florida?
Florida.
Yeah.
Until November, its doors are still closed to Sunseekers. so the vast majority flying out are returning Americans.
Where did you get this mask from?
America.
It's like a tiger? Good. So nice to see passengers again. Getting busy now.
And this morning, a number of them are marching towards Estefania in Terminal 2 security.
Hola. Are you ex-Marine?
You're never an ex-Marine, ma'am. You're always...
You're always a Marine. All
I
right.
was in Vietnam.
Do you think you won in Vietnam?
Yeah, well, we lost that one, but the good guys won. How's that?
I think it's better if you take your share.
Sure up.
Yes, please, sir.
It's the perfect chance for her to learn a little more about our cousins from across the pond.
How are you today, sir?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Going home.
Oh my God, I can see that you support Trump.
Definitely.
Wow, that's interesting.
He was the only legal president. I don't care what anybody says.
Wow.
And I think we will see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris removed from office, and he will be appointed the president. And then he will still have an option to run for a second term. Corruption is coming out left and right.
That's interesting, you know, because you will find lots of friends and lots of enemies as well, no?
I get a lot of fist bumps, I get a lot of elbow bumps, and I get a lot of nice masks. So there's a lot more people out there that support Trump than are really opposed to him.
Good to know your opinions. I'm not 100% with you.
Right.
But it's always good to listen to different opinions,
Definitely.
you know?
You haven't guessed, I'm an open book. I don't hide my feelings or anything from anybody at any point.
Laying out your politics here is purely optional, unlike the contents of your hand luggage, which will be trawled through at a moment's notice.
Oh, what is that? Wow. What is
Silver
this, sir?
bullion. Silver bars. They're beautiful, aren't they? That's the Royal
Yeah.
Mint. Beautiful one, Britannia.
Wow.
British currency has been linked to silver for over 1,200 years, when a pound meant 1 pound in weight of silver. And the Royal Mint still sell high-purity silver bars for around £27 an ounce.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's really, really interesting, sir. I never
Nice.
saw this.
Yeah. This one and that was given to me by my father. And that's a Churchill.
This was minted to commemorate the life of Churchill following his death, and was the first ever UK coin to feature someone who wasn't in the royal family. These days, you can pick it up for about £3.
You know, my father fought in World War II in a Scottish infantry, in a Scottish regiment. So it meant a lot to him. And he gave it to his young son in the early 1960s. So I still carry it with me.
And so how much is this is silver,
About
yeah?
$200. Would be around, we'll call it 200 pounds. So there might be about 1,000 pounds there.
And why you traveling with this?
Because I'm in the mining industry. I'm in mining. It's something that you don't want to check in luggage because...
Wow. If you get lost?
Yeah, it does. And there was some coin, some silver that's ornamental, and there was one a couple of years ago that was in the shape of bullets. And I was stopped in U.S. Customs, and I laughed at them. I said, "What, do you think I'm there to fight werewolves?" And it didn't work out. They didn't laugh too much, but...
This passenger may get held up every time he passes through security, but at least he gets to show off his collection once in a while.
Very nice, sir.
Every cloud, eh?
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
In the near future, when the US does open its borders to UK tourists again, one Heathrow employee will be first in line to soak up some sugary American culture.
Where would you go if you could go anywhere?
If I could go anywhere in the world, I really feel like going to Orlando or around the Disney area.
Really?
Yeah, and just have fun. Because you've got the parks, you've got the water parks, there's different types of rides. I quite like the junk food that they have. It's a real place for children and adults.
Disneyland's tagline may be the happiest place on earth, but for airside Ian, a ride around the tarmac of Heathrow's apron isn't far off. And today, he's been requested to stand 224 to assist in the parking up of a new plane to the airport.
So a sign of the times is obviously we've got drop-off of some airlines, but we've had an increase of other airlines or new airlines. Logan Air has been operating the routes up from Scotland down here. and that brings in different aircraft types that we don't generally get here on a regular basis. And actually, it's quite nice to have sort of a smaller aircraft. It seems a bit more, you know, hands-on, a bit more personal as opposed to the larger aircraft that we are so used to here.
An abundance of new aircraft may be a reason to rejoice for a plane enthusiast such as Ian, but it's a nuisance for the SEG. That's Heathrow's stand entry guidance system. Essentially, an automated aviation-scale park pilot that helps aircraft navigate accurately onto the stand. If for some reason the system doesn't recognise the inbound plane, then the job falls to the airside safety department.
So this is the safe dock system that we use. And inside there's a laser, and the laser shoots down and it looks at my nose, and then it scans left and right, and it says, right, okay, it's the aircraft type, and it's looking for where it should stand. So if I move overweight, it goes, hang on a minute, you need to turn right, you need to turn left, and then keep coming, keep coming. And it'll tell me the distance, and it'll say stop. And that's what that does.
If you were on the safe dock, what aircraft would you be? Would it recognise you as?
I'll be a beluga, I think, wouldn't I? In nowadays, in the old days, I'd have been nice and slim.
So while the system is updated with new plane shapes and sizes, though not a beluga, Ian needs to get out his trusty old ping-pong bats and do a bit of old-school marshalling.
Why is it called Nigel?
Would you ever remember the joke by Vinnie Connolly that all pilots are called Nigel? A long time ago, before your time. Anyway, here he's coming now.
If indeed Nigel is piloting this Brazilian-made Embraer 145, he'll be happy to see Ian, as it's forbidden for a plane to enter a stand without either the safe dock enabled or a marshaller. Precision is key, whatever plane is parking, and Ian must make sure that the nose wheel is positioned perfectly on the correct T-bar, ensuring the tail isn't encroaching on the taxiway and allowing access to service vehicles, fuel pipes, and on larger jets, multiple air bridges.
There we go. One Embraer part. Probably slightly back because I can just see a bit of yellow, but it's near enough on that T-bar. However, though, if you think of the aircraft itself, the size of it, it's not sticking out into the taxiway. The wings are not interfering. It's near enough that the fuel pipe can be connected. So it's fine.
A job well done. And it's not just notoriety on the tarmac that Ian's receiving.
Keep a record.
Remind me again what you do with these photos?
At the moment, I post them to my Instagram channel and then just share images of aircraft with other enthusiasts that enjoy aircraft and enjoy aviation. And it's got a nice tartan tail as well, so, you know.
But Ian doesn't have time to apply any snazzy filters, as this Finnair has just arrived from Helsinki and reported to air traffic control that the wrong plane model has been loaded into the safe dock system, meaning it cannot approach the stand and its passengers will be delayed.
Ground leader 7. Sir, I'm just advising you I'm at stand 219. I'll bring the Finnair on for you.
To allow more airlines to fly in and park up at Heathrow, space between and around the stands is at a premium. In addition, service vehicles and ground crews are all waiting in the wings to take their designated places around an aircraft.
Second mark. Second mark.
So if the safe dock has the wrong measurements and there's no marshaller, the plane could be positioned incorrectly, leading the wingtips to collide with machinery or unsuspecting people, causing significant damage or injury. But for Ian, it's another plane parked, followed by a quick Insta and onto an inbound Icelandair. As the classic saying goes, you wait to marshal one plane and 3 come at once.
This Icelandair one hasn't been here, so off we'll go.
This is one of Icelandair's newest jets, a Boeing 737 MAX, distinctive because of its double wingtips. But its inaugural visit may be overshadowed as Ian notices the pilot is about to make a serious mistake.
Oh, 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 stop.
One survey of UK motorists revealed that out of the 10 most hated driving manoeuvres, half of them feature parking. With today's AI technology, even a Ford Fiesta can park itself, relieving the anguish of drivers paralysed by parallelophobia. For pilots, they too rely on parking tech to help position their plane perfectly onto their stand, in the form of the Stand Entry Guidance System. But when this isn't working, the only AI they need is Airside Ian. This Icelandair Boeing 737 MAX was about to make a turn onto the wrong stand, but Ian leapt into action with his marshalling bats. Approaching the wrong stand would pose a significant risk to those on the ground. There's also no services available to cater for it. With another plane following closely behind on the taxiway, there's no time to stand still, and Ian quickly manoeuvres the 737 and brings it safely to the stand.
All right.
Good day.
If anything or anybody was walking or came across that stand, the thrust from the engine and his wingtip can be a safety hazard for anybody. It might have had to be where actually we stopped the aircraft there, closed the taxiway, get a tug to move him out of the way. You've got that Dreamliner, he would be holding off. So all those passengers, if they've got passengers, they're going to be held off. But that's the experience that I had. If you'd have put this to me 3 years ago, you know, I'd have been really panicking. But now it's actually, wow, it's great. I was able to resolve something, and so actually it's quite pleasurable.
Parking planes may release Ian's dopamine, that's the hormone that makes us feel good. Inside the terminals, there's another dopamine-inducing activity that we can all benefit from: shopping. And Heathrow knows how to intensify that pleasurable feeling in the form of a personal shopper.
Welcome to our personal shopper lounge. Nice to see you again.
So if you're in need of a new look for St. Lucia, or want to dazzle in Dubai, then you might want to enlist the services of one of Heathrow's top stylists, Bianca.
The classy Dio. We also have some new jacket, very cool. I love shopping. And then also I like helping passengers. That's nice, huh? When I'm on the floor, I'm just very enjoy chatting, talk to passenger, friend, you know. Anyone need help, I'm here.
I like this.
This one, 100%. Ooh, cashmere. Do you want to know the price?
With access to 300 shops and 3 luxury lounges, Bianca has spent the last 4 years pampering Heathrow's most elite passengers.
I do speak in Mandarin and Cantonese and Fujian. It's another language from Singapore. 欢迎来到希斯罗机场，我们非常欢迎你们来这里。我们在这里会帮助你们的。
And what does that mean?
但是welcome to the Heathrow Airport. We are here to ready to help.
A good grasp of the Chinese lingo is a valuable tool at Heathrow, as over 50% of their personal shopping customers are from China. And today, Bianca is helping one of them buy a very special gift.
I already buy the special watch to my dad today. Of course, it's a surprise. He doesn't know what. I haven't to tell him yet.
Is it your dad's first Rolex, or is it?
No. He has many Rolex before. But it's my present. It's my love for him.
Ava is about to add to her dad's Rolex collection, a watch made from oyster steel and yellow gold, with a Cerachrome bezel insert in blue ceramic, clocking in at a cool £11,450.
Nice. So it's any other colors or just black?
At the moment, just the blue one.
Oh, yeah. Blue one, yeah. Maybe I can buy the pink one for myself.
Well, maybe one day. Hopefully the pink one is that
the
one.
pink
But yeah.
one. My dad will like it. Dad, do you like it?
In 2019, Heathrow's personal shoppers helped passengers purchase £180 million worth of products. And over half of those transactions were assisted by translators.
If I drink too much, I will be gonna drunk. If I drunk, I will spend more money.
Oh. Do you heard that?
So now 11,450.
Okay.
Congratulations, well done.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Easy? That's it. Congratulations. And
you.
I'm so happy for your dad as well.
With Dad's 11 grand birthday gift in the bag, Bianca's next commission is ensuring her passengers don't miss their flight by personally escorting them to the gate.
Thank you so much. Another successful day. Passenger very happy. I'm very happy. Some passenger call me Queen Bee because I do the basic customer service. So only one Bianca is in Heathrow Airport, and I'm here for the passenger. Thank you.
As Queen Bee waves off her clients, Queen E's guest is on his way back to the northern runway.
She was very generous, very. I don't think she'd be insulted, but you bet my mother. She reminded me of my mother in terms of the look of her and just the generosity. And I said, ma'am, this is, it's a long time. She said, oh no. I said, I wish we could stay longer. Maybe we could hold the cars up a minute. So anyway, she was very gracious. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, sir.
We are open.
Do it. Go. If you want to arrest me, yeah?
Why would you want to arrest you?
Because I'm not paying the money.